Greetings, students and YouTubers. Today we're going to talk about color theory, and this is from one of my pieces I did many years ago of a city, Rapid City in South Dakota. Anyways, so I made this picture and we made 4 copies of it. We have cool, then we have warm, we have analogous, one of my favorite color schemes, and complementary colors, which is definitely my favorite color scheme. So we have 4 different sections here. I have a spot up here for your name. And so what we're going to do, class and YouTubers, what I want you guys to do is you're going to select your colors that you're going to use, your cool colors. So I just started making little swatches right here. And don't forget that black can be added to any of these colors to make them cool. And so I just started here, and what I taught my previous class when I was making this, now you don't necessarily have to follow it, but I think it's great. You figure out where your sun's coming from. And remember atmospheric perspective. It says the farther things go, the lighter they are. So right here I put a little L there, I think that's an L, because that's supposed to be light. So these buildings are going to be a lot lighter than what they would actually, what you would actually see them, because they're going to be farther away. All the colors are going to be desaturated. Big vocab word there. And then up close, objects up close are going to be very bright and vivid because you can see they're close to you. Also figure out where, like I said previously, where the light's coming from. And so the light, I wanted this building to be the focus, so I have this brighter on this side, and on this side I'm going to have a shadow because the sun's going to come from over here. And so this is going to be in shadow, this will be bright, this side is going to be in shadow as well. Maybe not as dark, maybe it's up to you. Anyway, and so the idea is to use cool colors, and you should be able to look at this when you're done and say, I think this, with cool colors, I get a feeling of this, which is, could be various things. Generally, cool is going to be calmer or sadder, and generally warm is going to be happier and bright, vivid. So once again, over here we started, and I chose the colors. I did this black box here to represent white. So talk to the students about burnishing, which I will show you that in a second, and how to color cleanly. And these are the complementary colors as well. So if I flip this over here, and I'm using, or my class here is using Crayola colored pencils, but 36. It doesn't really necessarily matter. So let's say we have this blue here and we go in the same direction, and this is a light color. Let's say I wanted to add this yellow of sorts, and I could add that right on top. And I'm using light pressure on both those. Now I could go over it with a colorless blender, or I could go over it with a white. So if I went over it with a white, I'd push a little bit harder, and that's going to blend things in. And if I have my colorless blender, which I do, we go on this side. Almost the same right there. So basically, if I did this on my own, or I did this on my own, okay, so you can make another color there, which is awesome. Remember, craftsmanship counts, so try to get a full section. Don't get all this weird stuff. And leave areas, because that's just not good. It just doesn't look good. So craftsmanship counts. Be proud of your work. Remember, you can't succeed if you don't fail occasionally. So just keep on pushing through. I will try to link or add a couple of images of my finished watercolor paintings of these images, because they were originally watercolor paintings. Enjoy learning.